Student, in this video we will discuss about the pH and the importance of pH in our daily life. So what is the definition of pH? Yes, so pH definition of the pH is power of hydrogen ion concentration. Okay, and here this is the pH scale. Okay, and it considered the value from 0 to 14. Yes, 0 is lowest value, 14 is the maximum value, and 7 is the intermediate value, and this 7 is related to neutral pH. Okay, so as we talk about 0 to 7, so the pH always be acidic. Yes, and if we talk about the basic pH, so that will be always from 7 to 14. Yes, so student, here I want to tell you, here you can see the basically you will see the acidic pH is around 0 to 7. But what you will find, if the pH is near about 7, so that one always be weak. Yes, if it is a below than 7, so you will find the weak acidic pH, and if you find near about the 7, above than 7, around the 10, so you will get the weak basic pH. So student, what I want to tell you here, if the value is away from this 7, so you will get the strong acidic pH, and if we go away or above the 7 pH, so we will get strong basic pH. So you can see here acidic pH is weak near about the 7, away from the 7 it will be strong. Similarly, here you can see the basic pH around the 7 is weak, and away from the 7 is the strong. Then student, here we are going to talk about the strength of pH. So strength of pH is what? Yes, I have mentioned here some of the name of base as well as the acid. So according to this table, if we go down to this table, yes, so the strength of acid and base decreases. Yes, so from here I can say the H2SO4 is the strongest acid, while the NaOH is the it is the strongest base. Yes, similarly carbonic acid is the weak acid, and the ammonium hydroxide is weak base. So as we go down to this table, so strength of acid and base decreases. So it is a very important to solve different kind of the problems, exercise question. Okay, now student, we are going to discuss about the uh, importance of pH in our daily life. Yes, so first one is acid rain. So how does acid rain takes place? Yes, in our surrounding. So whenever the water of the rain pH decreases or lower than 5.6, so then that rain is known as acidic rain. Yes, rainwater pH if decreases around 5.6, so that as rain is acid rain. And if the rainwater always go in a river. Yes, so when the acid water go into the river, so it damages the aquatic plant. Why it damages the aquatic plant? Look it here, because the aquatic plant or aquatic life as well as aquatic animal, they survive near to the neutral pH. Yes, if the pH is decreases due to the acid rain, or increases due to the water pollution, yes, so because of that the aquatic plant or aquatic animal are not able to survive into the water. So what is the treatment for the acid rain? So we should decrease this air pollution, and we should become the eco-friendly. Student, nowadays you can see lockdown is going on. Yes, so you can see the air quality is very good. Yes, so because you can see different kind of the species, and the river of the Ganga, also river of the Yamuna. Yes, number of the river of the India, yes, is are the cleaning itself. Why? Because of the industrial waste is not going inside in these rivers. Yes, so because of that they are not mixing. Yes, waste of the industrial is not mixing with the water of the river. That's why the automatically these river are the cleaning. Yes, so similarly, if in the normal days, uh, if we improve the our habits and decrease the air pollution and water pollution, so we can survive better than uh, the better than the drastic condition. Yes, then student, we are going to discuss about the pH of soil. So what is the pH of soil? Mostly the pH of soil is around 6.8. Yes, this is the specific pH on which the plant grow easily. Yes, and because of that the plant give the better grain. But if the pH of the soil decreases due to the acid rain or using of the chemical fertilizer, so the plant cannot give the healthy growth. Yes, so because of that, then production get decreases. Yes, so what is the treatment? We can use the calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, and the calcium carbonate, yes, to maintain the pH of the soil. Yes, so this is all about the pH of the soil. Then student, we are going to discuss about the acidity of the stomach. So student, you need to know about it. Stomach having the inner lining, yes, and this inner lining having the gastric gland. This gastric gland release the HCl for the digestion purpose to kill the germs also during the process of digestion. But when this HCl amount is increases in our body, yes, so what will happen? This HCl can damage the inner lining of stomach. So because of that we feel pain and irritation. Yes, some of the kind of ulcer produces form in our stomach, so that cause the pain and irritation. Ulcer is nothing. Ulcer is a kind of wound. Internal wound is known as ulcer. Yes, inside in our body. So internal wound is known as ulcer. So that cause the acidity. Yes, so because of the excessive amount of the HCl, inner lining of the stomach get damaged and produce pain and irritation. Then what is the treatment? Yes, so for the treatment we should use the milk of magnesia. It is nothing, it is one of the kind of base. And for your kind of information, I want to tell you base are also known as antacid. Yes, then student, we are going to discuss about the tooth decay. This is the another importance of the pH. So when the mouth pH, yes, decreases below than 5.5, yes, so what will happen? The cover of our tooth or tooth enamel get damaged. Yes, so that is known as tooth decay. So how does this take place? Let looks here. So for example, you consider these are the teeth. Yes, so after having the meal, the particles get stuck between the gap of the tooth. Okay, so if we would not wash our mouth up after having the meal, so what will happen? These particles are present here between these tooth. Yes, so what will happen? In our mouth, one of the bacteria, this is the commensal bacteria, yes, always present. Number of the bacteria are present in on our body. So this is the species of the streptococcus bacteria present in our mouth, is like E. coli also present in our digestive system. Similarly, this bacteria also present in our mouth. So what will happen when these food particle struck, okay, into the gap of the tooth, so this bacteria can degrade the food particle, okay, and produce the acid. So because of that, the pH of the mouth decreases up to or below than 5.5. So now bacteria is become more dangerous. So this bacteria can damage now the cover of the teeth, yes, and cause pain and irritation, yes. So this tooth enamel is the cover of the teeth or tooth is the hardest part of our body, and it is made up by the calcium phosphate. Yes, so it is all about the tooth decay. Then in the last we'll discuss here self defense by animal and the plant. So student, here first condition I want to tell you about the animal. Though these are the honey bee, okay. So honey bee can when honey bee sting us, yes, whenever they sting us, so we will feel pain and irritation on stung area, yes. Why? Because honey bee release the acid, yes, release acid during the stinging us, yes, and acid cause the pain and irritation. Then what is the treatment? Yes, so treatment for this we should use the mild base, that is the baking soda, yes, and we will get relief. And the tradition method for the these kind of the problem, you can ask to your mother and your father also. People mostly use the iron, yes, iron article to get rid of this problem. Why? Because I have told you earlier, iron is nothing, iron is a kind of metal, yes, and iron oxide is basic in nature, I've told you, yes. So that basic of nature of iron oxide can neutralize the release acid released by the bee, and because of that we get relief, yes, clear. And most of the insect release the formic acid, yes, like red ant also release the formic acid, and honeybee also release formic acid, that is also known as methanoic acid, yes. Then student, we are going to discuss about the nettle leaves. These plant are mostly present in the forest. So whenever we these plant having the stinging hair, and whenever we touch, yes, accidentally, yes, during the trekking, yes, do you know trekking, yes. So people go for the in their free time for the trekking or for the get together. So when accidentally they touch these stinky hair or leaves, so what will happen? They feel pain, yes. So what is the traditional remedy? So near this plant, mostly one of the plant is found, that is a dog plant. So we can use the leaf of the dog plant, yes. So student, you can guess what kind of the nature of the leaves of the dog plant, because we are feeling the pain, so this nettle leaves is releasing the acid, yes. So best, so it is a very you can understand, yes, if the nature of the nettle plant having the acidic in nature, so the we are getting relief from the dog plant. So it is a very common thing, yes, these plant having the these plant leaves having the nature of the base, yes. Then student, one of the table I want to tell you. Yes, this is one of the important table. In vinegar, acetic acid is present. In orange, citric acid and turmeric. Yes, Emily, you know that is tartaric acid is present. That in the tomato, oxalic acid is present, and in the milk, yes, lactic acid is present. In lemon, citric acid, and I have told you, yes, and the honeybee having the methonic. It is the another name of methonic acid is the formic acid, and nettle leaves also having the methonic acid. So this table you need to remember for your exam purpose, yes. So some of the time they may ask you what kind of the acid present in the these kind of the natural source. Thank you.